Now let me speak about President Obama for just a second. President Obama is one of the most gifted politicians, one of the most gifted men that I have ever witnessed. He has extraordinary talents. He has communications skills that hardly anyone can surpass. No, seriously. No. I'm being very serious about this. It just breaks my heart that he does not use these extraordinary talents and gifts to motivate and inspire the American people to be the best they can be. He's doing just the opposite, and it's a shame. President Obama has the ability, to inspire excellence in people's pursuits. He has the ability to do all this, yet he pursues a path, seeks a path that punishes achievement, that punishes earners, that punishes, and he speaks negatively of the country. Ronald Reagan used to speak of a shining city on a hill. Barack Obama portrays America as a soup kitchen and some dark night in a corner of America that's very obscure. He constantly is telling the American people that bad times are ahead, worse times are ahead. And it's troubling because this is the United States of America. Anybody ever ask, I'm in awe of our country, and I asked this question a lot as I got older. We're less than 300 years old. We're younger than nations that have been on this planet for thousands of years. We, nevertheless, in less than 300 years, and by the way, we're no different as human beings than any others around the world. Our DNA is no different. We're not better just because we're born in America. There's nothing that sets us apart. How did this happen? How did the United States of America become the world's lone superpower, the world's economic engine, the most prosperous opportunity for an advanced lifestyle that humanity has ever known? How did this happen? And why, pray tell, does the President of the United States want to destroy it? It saddens me. The freedom that we spoke of earlier is the freedom, it's the ambition, it's the desire, the wherewithal, the passions that people have that gave us the great entrepreneurial advances, the great inventions, the greatest food production, the human lifestyle advances in this country. Why shouldn't that be rewarded? Why is that now the focus of punishment? Why is that now the focus of blame? Why doesn't Mayor Bloomberg the other day, ladies and gentlemen, resisting his governor's call for an increased tax on the rich in New York, had some astounding numbers. 8 million people live in New York. 40,000 of those 8 million pay roughly 60 to 70% of New York's operating budget. He was afraid that if he raised taxes on those people, some of them might leave. Mayor, one already has, by the way. Stop and think of this, though. Stop and think of this. 40,000 people out of 8 million. He's right. If 10,000 of them leave, or 5,000, they've got a huge problem. Because New York has its own welfare state inside the one the federal government's created. They've got a dependency class that has grown up and been educated. Their entitlement is to be fed and taken care of by these evil, mean people who have more than they do. If New York City, New York State, or Washington, D.C. were a business, these 40,000 people would be taken on golf tournament trips to Los Angeles, and they would be wined and dined, and they would be thanked, and they would be encouraged to keep it up. They wouldn't be told they're the problem. They wouldn't be told, except there's, you know, I pride my accuracy rating. There is one other business where the customer is always wrong, and that's the media. Sorry about it. Yeah, it's true, it's true. Well, have you ever called them to complain about whatever they do? They say, yes, sir, 3 bags full. They hang up and say, you're too stupid to know how they're doing what they're doing. You can't get it. You are not sophisticated enough. So that's another business where the customer is always wrong. But seriously, the people who have achieved great things, most of it is not inherited. Most wealth in this country is the result of entrepreneurial, just plain old hard work. There's no reason to punish it. There's no reason to raise taxes on these people. Barack Obama, the Democrat Party, have one responsibility, and that's to respect the oath they gave to protect, defend, and follow the U.S. Constitution. They don't have the right to take money that's not theirs, and none of it is, from the back pockets of producers and give it to groups like Acorn, which are going to advance the Democrat Party. If anybody but government were doing this, it would be a crime. And many of us think it's bordering on that as it exists now. President Obama is so busy trying to foment and create anger in a created atmosphere of crisis. He is so busy fueling the emotions of class envy that he has forgotten it's not his money he's spending. He seems to have, in fact, the money he's spending is not ours. He is spending wealth that has yet to be created. And that is not sustainable. It will not work. This has been tried around the world, and every time it's been tried, it's a failed disaster. What's the longest war in American history? Somebody saying the war on poverty? Smart group. Yep, war on poverty. War on poverty essentially started in the 30s as part of the New Deal, but it really ramped up in the 60s with Lyndon Baines Johnson, part of the Great Society War on Poverty. We have transferred something like 10 trillion, maybe close to 11 trillion, from producers and earners to non-producers and earners since 1965. And yet, as I listen to the Democrat Party campaign, why, America's still a soup kitchen. The poor are still poor, and they have no hope. And they're poor for what reason? Well, they're poor because of us, because we don't care, and because we've gotten rich by taking from them. That's what kids in school are taught today. That's what others have said to the media. You know why they're poor? You know why they remain poor? Because their lives have been destroyed by the never-ending government aid that's designed to help them, but it destroys ambition. It destroys the education they might get to learn to be self-fulfilling. And it breaks our heart. It breaks our heart.